Welcome back to more Summoner's War monster strategies. Today we're going to be looking at the Water Imp known as Fynn. Fynn is perhaps a very famous monster, at least he used to be a very famous monster because he was well known for doing one thing. He was very good for giants, B10. Yes, take multiple of these guys, take multiple imps, water imps, and yeah, you had some success. Obviously you had to pair them with other monsters, and to be honest, I was never around during that time of this game when you could do that. Some people would call it a cheap trick, but whatever. But since then, Fynn just went into a downright demise. Like, wow. I mean, it's just because he's not a good monster. He had one use back then, and that got fixed, you know, so now he really has no uses, unfortunately. Let's talk about his stats as a level 46 star, and you will see, first of all, as to why he's freaking terrible. If you thought Ralph had terrible HP, take a look at the HP that is on the screen at the moment. That is not a typo, once again. He has 5,265 HP, yes, 5,265. That, I don't know if that's the worst HP ever in the game, but if it's not, oh my god, am I really curious as to who has less HP than this guy. That's terrible. He has 736 attack, 560 defense, and 111 speed. Okay, I mean, even though he has a bit less HP than Ralph, he does have more defense, so I guess that balances out. But, you know, having more HP is usually better just because of, you know, to avoid getting one-shotted by clean shots or whatever. Which this guy will always get one-shotted by pretty much anything, because he is downright terrible in terms of defense and HP. He really is. Now let's talk about his skills though. First one, attacks the enemy with a spear and increases the attack speed for 2 turns if you get a critical hit. Okay? Second one, freezes the enemy for 1 turn, which means 100% initial chance if it doesn't say a percentage, but then you go to resistance versus accuracy. And third one, Violent Stab. Inflicts great damage with multiple stabs and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns if you get a critical hit. Okay, well then, this skill combination is, you know, fairly interesting, I guess. He can stun, he can improve his own attack speed, and he can also inflict DOTs. So, it's decent, but again, his stats are just terrible and he has no good utility, he really doesn't. Let's talk about the rune setup recommendation. So I mean, it was hard to find how the hell to rune this guy nowadays, it really was. But basically, I just went the same way, or almost the same way as Ralph. Rage Blade, attack either critical rate or critical damage, and then attack, or an alternative, you could actually give this guy some accuracy to, you know, improve the chance of the stun and the DOTs. And that would be a pretty nice alternative to just making him pure, like, you know, just critical base. But, yeah. He does need critical hits though, obviously, you know, for skill 1 and skill 3, so probably, I would probably say more, like, instead of doing critical damage, I would probably go with critical rate, you know, go with attack, critical rate, and accuracy. And that would be pretty much it. I mean, it's hard to find a good rune setup for this guy nowadays. It's just, he is just not, you know, very, very widely used. He's not. As far as subsets go, what you probably want to do is go ahead and give him more critical rate and more accuracy. And, I mean, I guess attack too if you want, but whatever. Yeah, so even, I don't know what to say anymore because this guy's just like, wow, it's just not, you already know, Alright, so that is pretty much my overall review. He's just not used, you know, just like all these other imps, or most other imps. Just doesn't have good utility. I mean, he's pretty good early in the game, like if you're a newbie, but after that, nope, no way. Anyway, go ahead and leave a comment if you had some success with this guy using a proper rune setup. You know, you can leave your rune setup, and just so other people can read it. I'm sure that people would appreciate that. Anyway, thank you for watching, goodbye everybody, and until next time.